As we draw nearer to the 250th celebrations here in the nation's capital, there are weather and security considerations. We start with those security considerations and our Nicole Sganga. Nicole, take it from there.
Yeah, Major, Washington is preparing for one of its most heavily secured 4th of July. And for the first time in our nation's history, 250 years, it's being deemed a national special security event. Well, why should we care about that? Because it's going to cost taxpayer dollars, and also because it says something about the security environment and how much law enforcement is actually going to be on the ground, Major. 5,000 National Guard troops, in addition to 44 different law enforcement agencies who have been sworn in by the U.S. Marshals to help secure the Capitol. We're going to see a shutdown from 15th Street to the river, plus, of course, a no-drone zone and even flights stopped on July 4th. On the waterways, you have 24/7 maritime patrols by the U.S. Coast Guard who have been pulling personnel from as north as Cape Cod and as south as New Orleans. On top of all of that, we spoke with the U.S. Secret Service, which is taking a lead on all of this. Take a listen to our conversation with Tara McLeish. She's the special agent in charge.
The Secret Service is hyper-focused on managing and mitigating any risk to public safety, and that this event especially is properly resourced with our collaborative effort from state and local officials and all of the hundreds of professionals who've been working on the planning.
And this is interesting, Major. McLeish also told us that we should, of course, see uniformed personnel, but there are many officers in plain clothes who will be blended in on the National Mall. And in the case of a major security incident, I asked, how would you evacuate the National Mall? And I was told that there are Secret Service agents and officers who are strategically positioned around the miles of fencing in Washington, D.C., and will pull it apart to create egresses should they need to evacuate the space.
Visible security all around the nation's capital. Nicole Sganga, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ambassador Monica Crowley joins me now. She serves as the U.S. Chief of Protocol, and the administration's representative to Freedom 250. Monica, it's great to have you here.
Great to see you, Major.
So, do we need all that security? It feels a little intimidating.
Well, we do live in an era where there are very serious security threats to the president and to the general public, and this is a wide gathering of people. We're expecting perhaps upwards of 1 million people to descend on Washington, D.C. on July 4th, and tomorrow, of course, and the day after to celebrate America's 250th birthday. We have been planning this in the Trump administration for well over a year and a half, and the safety and security of all of the guests who are arriving to celebrate America's birthday is absolutely paramount. So as Nicole mentioned, we do have the Secret Service. They have been taking the lead, but we've also been working with the Department of Homeland Security, the Interior Department, the Park Police, the Washington Metro Police, other law enforcement agencies to make sure that everybody who arrives here can have the safest and most exciting celebration.
Tell me about the calculations you will need to make about weather, because today there was supposed to be an evening concert preview, a rehearsal, but that was canceled because it's just too hot.
Yeah, there is a heat emergency in Washington, D.C. that is expected to last throughout the weekend. So we are very concerned about the guests, heat exposure, et cetera. So we will have areas to cool down. We will be giving out water.
There'll be cooling zones.
Yes, absolutely. And we'll be giving out water, et cetera, for all of our guests. But we want to make sure that everybody is checking in with themselves in this heat. And if they feel uncomfortable in any way, to please exit. There'll be people there to help you leave if you're feeling uncomfortable. But we want to make sure that everybody who arrives is going to have the best time, because, like you said, this is a once-in-a-lifetime, or sometimes twice in a lifetime. I won't ask for any hands here, but some people may remember 1976 as well. And what we're trying to do here is very similar to 1976, the bicentennial, because you'll recall, Major, that after Watergate, after the war in Vietnam, this country was ripped apart with very deep divisions. Yeah. And we face similar divisions today. The contexts are different, but this country really is quite divided. And so 1976, that celebration of our bicentennial really went very far to help bring the country together and unite the country. We are trying to recreate that this time around and give the American people real opportunity to unite around shared patriotism, celebrating our exceptional history and our God-given freedoms.
Let me ask you about that, because according to a survey that we just recently did, 47% told us that to their way of thinking, America's best days are in its past, 41% in its future. What would you say to the 47%?
That's a bit of a disturbing poll for me to see, because Americans have always been naturally optimistic people.
And aspirational.
And aspirational, exactly right. We don't tear other people down or be consumed with envy or jealousy. We want to achieve what other people have achieved. And that's really been the basis of our free enterprise system and our system based on individual liberty, giving everybody in this country a path, an opportunity to achieve their own American dream, however they define it, right? So what we are trying to do here, President Trump is working on the policy side to get the economy back on track and other things. But with this celebration, we are trying to remind the American people of what makes America so exceptional. And it is our exceptional history. You just read excerpts from the Founding Fathers. And thank you so much for doing that, because people should understand that the Founding Fathers really did put everything on the line in search of American sovereignty and freedom. So we want to remind everybody of our origins, what makes us so special, and in the space of just 250 years, the greatest nation in the history of the world.
I think I know the answer to this question, but very quickly, even if it's hot, the president will give his speech.
Absolutely. I was with him yesterday at the Theodore Roosevelt dedication, Presidential Library dedication in North Dakota. It was pretty hot out there. And he joked, he said, well, it's going to be about 107 degrees in Washington on Saturday. That means I have to give an extra long speech just to prove to everybody I can do it. He will absolutely be there. He's going to address the nation, and that will be followed by the biggest and greatest fireworks display in the history of the world.
And President Trump, as we all know, knows a thing or two about extra long speeches. Ambassador, it's great to have you here.
Great
Thanks so much.
to see
Please
you,
come
Major.
back.
Thanks, of course.